Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is FSC Biology with Muhammad Ramzan. The topic that we will study today is about science. What are the major branches of science? What is biology and what are the major branches of biology? So first of all, we would like to define what is science. Science is actually a knowledge which is based on observations and experimentation. And the observations are made by the use of the five sensory organs, which are known as sense of vision, hearing, smell, taste and touch. Our home planet Earth has more events occurring on it than we can imagine. These events involve the living organisms, inanimate structures, things which we can see and the things which we cannot. Events that amaze us and those which terrify us. The very formation of the earth was another massive event. These events bring with it a large number of questions that arise out of curiosity to explain or understand the world we live in, the world around us. The answer to this question just lies in the definition of science, and the second thing that comes under the definition of science is the experimentation, and it is a very important step with regard to the scientific method. So now we will describe briefly what are the major branches of science. First of all, what is physics? Physics is a branch of science that deals with the study of matter, energy and their mutual relationship. So now the question arises, what is matter, what is energy? Anything that has weight and occupies space is called matter. The unit of matter is kilogram. Similarly, what is energy? Energy is actually the capability or ability of a body to do work, and its unit is joules. And we study about the mutual relationship of these two basic terminologies. Now we will briefly explain the definition of science. What is chemistry? Chemistry is actually a branch of science that deals with the composition, structure and properties of matter. In the basic definition of chemistry, there is only one terminology used, that is for matter, and matter we have previously described in the definition of physics, that it is anything that has weight and occupies space is called matter, and there are four states of matter which we mainly concerned with. One is solid, other one is liquid, other one is gas, and the fourth one is plasma state. So now we will come toward the basic thing that we will cover in this lecture. What is biology? The word biology is derived from two Greek words. One is bios and the other one is logos. Bios means life and logos means reasoning or thought. So biology is the scientific study of life. If anyone wants to define what is biology, it is the branch of science that deals with the study of living organisms. Here you can see that at the very bottom of the picture there are some plants picture, there is fungi, there is animalia kingdom, protista and prokaryote. These all are related to biology because these all comes under the basic definition of biology. So now what are the major fields of specialization as if you are a biologist? It deals with the study of living things. It is a way of understanding nature, and it is the scientific study of life. So before going into the deep inside of the branches, you must be well aware of what are the living organisms. In fact, living organisms are highly organized, complex structures. So if anyone asks you a question, what are organized and complex structure, if you see a bacteria and compare it with a human being, you will see that there is a vast number of cells that are found in animal cell, but they are not found in bacteria. Bacterial cell is only composed of one cell, while the eukaryotic cell or human being or animal cell is composed of trillions of cells. This shows the basic organization of a structure from very simple to highly organized. And living organisms are composed of one or more cells which contain genetic program of their characteristics. What is the meaning of genetic program? Because if we want to study the branch of biology that we will discuss later, genetics, it deals with the hereditary characters that are transferred from parents to offspring, and it is mainly related to their characteristics of living organism. There is another important factor, there is another important thing, that is they acquire and use energy. They can grow in size. Living organisms carry out the metabolic processes like catabolism and anabolism. Similarly, they show the developmental stages. Just like for the human being, there is a childhood, there is adulthood, there is just like age over 50 years, and where someone becomes old. And there is another important character for the living organism, that is the maintenance of internal environment, because they carry out the numerous chemical reactions in their body, and during this process they release some sort of gases, and it helps to maintain